We are starting a section, I think this is 7.2 in your Springboard book, and it's on factoring. But I am going to start by going over this flow chart. Before I can go over the flow chart, there's a couple of things that I want to make sure that you are very comfortable with. Some words. Binomial. A binomial is, it has two terms. Here's an example. 2x plus 4. That's a binomial. It has two terms. Trinomial. A trinomial has three terms, and this is very important. Here's an example of a trinomial. X squared plus 3x minus 10. Okay, so we have a binomial has two terms, a trinomial has three terms. I'm going to be referring to the trinomials here. Binomial has two terms right here. I'm going to be referring to those words all the time. Coefficient. Coefficient is the number in front of a variable. So an example, 2x, 2 is the coefficient. Another example is x squared, 1 is the coefficient. Okay. Constant. Constant is the number not in front of a variable. Okay, so an example of that would be in the 2x plus 4, 4 is the constant. In the example, x squared plus 3x minus 10 is the constant. Okay, so you must, let's see, a factor. A factor. Numbers that you multiply. So 15 factors are 1, 3, 5, and 15. Factors are the numbers that you can multiply together to give you 15. 1 times 15 equals 15. 3 times 5 equals 15. The 1 and the 15 are the factors. The 3 and the 5 are the factors. The 15 is the product of the factors. Okay, so be sure you have all of these vocabulary words down. And let's see, one more thing before we go. You learned in Algebra 2 that a trinomial in standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c we can go ahead and put equals 0. But it doesn't have to have an equal sign equals 0 in order for it to be considered a standard form trinomial. It just means that the squared term and the x term and the constant are all on one side of the equal sign if there is an equal sign. But a trinomial in standard form, A, B, and C, A is the coefficient of the squared term. It is very important that when we talk about these trinomials and I start talking about A, B, and C, that you know exactly what I'm talking about. B is the coefficient of the linear term. That means the x term. And C is the constant. So the number that's not in front of a letter, that's the constant, okay? So I am going to go ahead and stop the video and make sure that you have all of this written down. These are going to be words that I refer to all the time, and we're not going to have any patience whatsoever if you don't know these words. So make yourself some flashcards, or read this set of notes 2 or 3 times a day every day. But you must know what a binomial is, what a trinomial is, what a coefficient is, what a constant is. What am I talking about when I say factor? You need to know the standard form of a trinomial. We're going to be spending a great bit of time on this, okay? So be sure you are ready to rock and roll.